it's not market related. And when we went into this deal, I said to him, there's going to come a time after 2 to 3 years where you're going to have to do a rental realigns, basically. So a rental review. However, we worked out the pros and cons. He was paying $80,000 more than what he should have been paying on his property, but at the end of the day, he was making $165,000 over and above that. So take off that $80,000, he's still in positive cash flow. Okay. His tenant at the end of the term didn't leave. They took smaller premises. They did a rental adjustment and the rest of the space. Now this was 3 offices. That was what he did was just partition them off and got 2 other tenants in there. Happy days. Keep moving. Okay. So there was no loss of rent on that property at all. Okay. Smaller properties. This is in Northside Sydney. It's another set and forget property where it literally takes 5 minutes to put an invoice in, and it's 17,517 passive that comes out of that property for an investment of 200. In fact, that was set with 251. So simple. Never hear from the tenants, they just pay. So a couple of strategies. Whenever I start out with people in commercial property, I'm always suggesting start out with a second forget. Something small, something manageable, something where you can get your teeth into it, something where you feel comfortable in it. Okay. Strategy number 2 is we will move into properties and I will show you how to do upsize developments. That's when we get down the line. And what we do as well when we work on strategy with clients is balance your portfolio. So if you're doing a second forget property, generally at around about 7%. You won't be reaching at least 7%. And then, so that could be relatively close to metro or a couple of kilometres out of metro. And then your upside properties, you can go a little bit more regional where you get more opportunities. Okay? And I've run through that. I'm going to show you the cash flow on this property in particular, which was the $580,000 property. The deposit was $174, so the loan was $406 at 5.1%. Okay, so your loan was $20,706. 2-year lease with a 3% incremental increase, which was net income of 65. Okay, so I'm going 65 minus that 20,000. All right, which is giving 44,294 from day 1. Okay, from the day that you're actually signing for that property, that's what you're getting in your pocket. Okay, and that's cash, hard cash. So these are just case studies that I'm going to flick through. It's another one. This one was done probably about a year ago now. It was at 10.8% in North Lakes. Great client, later rewarded, 5+5-year lease. There's another one, Caloundra, 7.5%. Current rental, 23,000. Great thing about this is 2 tenancies, so you've got dual income. So if you lose one tenant, you've still got income coming in from the other one. So always looking for exit strategies. Whenever I'm speaking to my clients about property, the first thing we look at is exit strategies. Where is it? What type of property it is? What happens in the event of losing a tenant? Okay. Another one, 7.5%.